How does the Titanic and the anchor on the Titanic link to the Black Country? Well, I'm going to tell you in this video. I'm going to go through the history and I'm going to delve in and tell you some facts about it. So the anchor for the Titanic was made in the Black Country. So the anchor is associated with Noah Hingley and Sons Limited, and the anchor for the Titanic is associated by Noah Hingley and Sons, and they were a large chain and anchor manufacturing works that actually started out in Cradley but did later on move to Netherton in 1862. So this company was founded by Noah Hingley in 1838. And they actually started making anchors 10 years later in 1848. At the time, they were one of the world's leading anchor manufacturers. They actually manufactured an anchor for the White Star Shipping Company. The anchor for RMS Titanic was actually manufactured in 1911. It was forged at N. Hingley and Sons Iron Works in Netherton, and it is the largest anchor in the world. What I will mention here is N. Hingley and Sons didn't make the whole of the anchor, but Walter Summers Limited, and they were based in Mucklow Hill in Halesowen, they forged the shank of the centre of the anchor. Rogerson's Limited, that were based in Newcastle upon Tyne, they cast a huge steel head of the anchor, and Hingley's manufactured the remaining parts of the anchor and assembled it all together. Lloyd's Proving House was also important in this journey. So this is where the anchor and the cable were tested for strength and safety. Now the anchor was the largest in the world. The anchor actually measured 18 feet and 6 inches long. It was 10 feet across, and it weighed an impressive 16 tonnes. So it was quite heavy. On the journey from Netherton and getting it to the Titanic ship, it went on an impressive journey. So right at the beginning, there were 20 Shire horses that pulled the anchor to get it through. And I'm going to tell you about the journey it went on. So the journey went from Netherton all the way to RMS Titanic, which was situated in Belfast in Northern Ireland. And this journey started on Monday, the 1st of May, 1911. Right at the beginning, it was transported from Netherton Ironworks, pulled by 8 horses all through Netherton High Street. People gathered in the street to watch this event, and it must have been spectacular. The trams were stopped, there were no trams going through, and people gathered and lined the high street to watch this event because it was a big event happening. Once the anchor made it through Netherton High Street, it then made its way down Cinderbank, down through Dudley Town Centre. It then continued down Tipton Road down to the goods yards. At this point, another 6 horses were used due to a steep incline on the land, and there were another 6 horses to assist with the transport if this was needed. Then when it reached Dudley Railway Station, at the time this was known as London and North Western Railway, commonly abbreviated to LNWR. This is located in Tipton Road in Dudley at the goods yard. The anchor was then loaded onto the train and taken into Lancashire. Once the anchor reached Lancashire, it was then loaded onto a cargo steamer, a cargo ship, and this was for the last journey to get it to the Titanic shipyard in Belfast in Northern Ireland. It was then loaded onto a cargo steamer, a cargo ship, for its final journey to the Titanic's shipyard, which was situated in Belfast in Northern Ireland. So this anchor was actually the largest in the world. And as we all know, the majority, if not all of us, are aware of the Titanic. Now, this anchor was secured onto the Titanic, but as we know, the Titanic sadly sunk in 1912. In 1985, the Titanic was discovered shipwrecked on the bottom of the seabed. And with footage and pictures of this, when it was discovered, they found that the main anchor was still fixed onto the bow, or however you pronounce that. So the anchor was still secured into place, and they hadn't used it. In 2010, a replica of this anchor was actually made, and it is on public display in Netherton Town Centre. So if it's something you want to do and go and have a look at, go and get yourself down to Netherton Town Centre to have a look at the anchor. It is on display and it is worth a look. You can also look on Google as well if you don't want to take the trip. If you like today's video, stay tuned for Sunday because I'm going to be talking about the Newcomen engine and its importance in the Black Country and the Industrial Revolution.